Hey, welcome back to Up, Up, and Away, a comic book movie review and news podcast. My name is Joe Gilpin. I'm joined as always by my younger brother,
Matt.
How are you, Matt?
Good.
You always seem very surprised when I throw to you on that, even though it happens every single episode.
I know, I try to think of something to say, but I can never really think of something to say. Because I'm not doing anything. We saw Suicide Squad.
You saw Suicide Squad, that was cool. We're going to be talking about that on Tuesday, probably.
Yeah.
That'll be dope. Overall, do you want to just give people like a number rating on that, off the top of your head?
Out of what?
Let's say out of 10.
Ooh, that's a good one. Alright, who wants to go first?
You go first.
I say it is a solid 8.5.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you have that below a 7, I'm not sure what movie you're watching.
No.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
No, yeah, it was really
I don't
good.
know what people are watching.
People called it a mess, and I'm like, please elaborate.
Every criticism I heard was just like, I wanted more of this.
Yeah, I wanted
But it
more.
wasn't like, even with Batman vs. Superman, I can see how you could like dislike a lot of what was going on.
Sure.
But with Suicide Squad, it was really good stuff.
Yes.
We were being offered good stuff.
There's also a mid-credit scene.
There is a mid-credit scene. Stay for the mid-credit scene.
People were leaving.
How long is it going to take people to get trained to watch these kind of movies?
No clue.
What are we doing, people? But that is not the movie we are here to talk about today.
No.
Tuesdays we get together to talk about comic book movie news. Fridays we get together, we review a movie. And we are together late on a Friday. We watched the movie Batman Forever, starring Val Kilmer, Tommy Lee Jones, Jim Carrey was in it, Chris O'Donnell, Nicole Kidman, tallest person in the cast, Nicole Kidman, was in this movie. This is the first Batman movie directed by Joel Schumacher. It's the first of two. Yeah. Next week we'll be talking about Batman and Robin. Sure to be a lively discussion.
Oh, yeah. As this one will be.
As this one will be. You can kind of see where
it's
going.
Oh, yeah.
But it still hasn't jumped the tracks yet.
It's a hard left turn from Batman Returns, but we still have not fallen off that cliff.
Yes, and we'll talk at the end about Burton Batman versus Shoemaker Batman.
Yeah, that's after next week.
Is it Shoemaker or Schumacher?
I think it's Schumacher.
I think it's Schumacher as well.
Yeah, I think he's like German or something.
So the background on this is basically Tim Burton had done Batman and Batman Returns.
Yes. He also produced this one.
He also produced this one, but they just kind of throw people's name on that. It's like how Chris Nolan produced Batman vs. Superman, but who knows how much he had to do with that directly.
Yeah, that was Zach's baby.
That movie, it made a good amount of money. It didn't make as much as they wanted, and the toy sales were not what they wanted.
Batman Forever?
Batman Forever. So they decided to pivot, go in a different direction, skew a little bit younger.
Go nuts.
Go nuts. You want to get nuts?
They finally went nuts.
And so we ended up with a much more cartoonish director, with a much more cartoonish version and viewpoint and lens, Joel Schumacher.
But there's still some dark elements.
There's some really dark stuff in this. I would say there's stuff in this that is as dark, if not darker, than anything that's going on in the Tim Burton.
Wow.
And we'll get to it.
You could even argue sans like blood stuff like in Batman v Superman.
I'm willing to hear your argument on it. Sure. We'll get to it when we get there.
Do you want to know how much this movie cost and made?
I would love to know.
$100 million to make.
Nice even number.
Yeah.
You know those numbers don't include marketing budget?
Oh, weird.
Yeah, so like commercials and how much it takes for him to go around and talk and
so that's like
all that. Yeah.
10.
Oh no, it's been more than that. Yeah. No,
you majored in marketing. I don't know.
It can be as much as the movie. A lot of times it's double.
Jesus.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They spend a lot of money marketing movies.
And you want to guess box office?
Box office. I'm gonna guess this was a little up. I'm gonna guess this was in the 170 range.
Oh no, it was much more.
Much more. 350.
Oh, close. 336.
336. Awesome. Good for them. Yeah, I guess 170 was super low.
Yeah. So,
$100 million. It's up on the screen. I can see where they spent $100 million making this movie.
There's some.
It is a very expensive looking movie.
Yeah, and the CGI is a little rough, but it looked good in some spots.
In times, the opening credit scene is a little rough.
Yeah, it's true. That opening credit scene
does not age well.
You just want to jump right into it?
Let's get right into them.
It gets Rotten Tomatoes.
We gotta do the Rotten Tomatoes score. I know you told me that
when I first looked it up, I juxtaposed it with what Suicide Squad is at right now, which is like a 27.
Total bullshit.
Which is total bullshit.
By the way, the fan score of 76, that's about right. It's like a 75 out of 100.
Say Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
I said 8.5, sure.
Yeah, I'm not mad at a 76%.
Yeah, I can't even be like, "Urgh."
For this movie, I'm going to guess this is in the high 70s, low 80s.
Oh, no, it's not that high.
Oh, okay. 65?
It's lower than that.
What is it?
It's 41.
Oh, okay, that's about right.
Yeah, but it's still 14 points higher than Suicide Squad.
Well, yeah, that's bullshit, but
I'm saying, I was mad.
even that's a little low for this movie. I think this is higher than a 4.1 out of 10.
Compared to what the other one was.
Yeah.
Returns.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll get into the rankings at the end.
We were talking about there's some stuff we liked.
There's some good stuff in this movie.
Right.
Some weird stuff that is not good at all.
I remember I showed you a deleted scene. That was funny.
Yeah, where Bruce Wayne fucks a bat.
Basically Man-Bat.
Yeah. Bruce Wayne fucks Man-Bat in this movie. That was in the script. And this movie notoriously was very difficult to make, apparently. Val Kilmer was hard to work with on set.
He apparently did not talk to Joel Schumacher for 2 weeks at one point.
Whose fault that was is up for debate.
It's the director. You gotta work with your stars.
Sometimes the stars are just not there to be worked with, though.
And also, apparently, Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey hated each other.
No shit.
Yeah, oh yeah. Jim's talked about that recently. Of Tommy Lee Jones just being like, I don't like you.
I can believe it just because Tommy Lee Jones is so down.
He's so not this character.
He's so not the character he was playing. Well, we can get into it later. I think he was just trying to do what Nicholson did.
Yeah.
He basically saw Nicholson got this massive paycheck and was like, yeah, find me another one of those. I'll just do that.
Yeah.
And he got a big, massive paycheck for it, I'm sure.
Yeah, for real. Okay, so you want to jump into
Let's get into the plot.
All right, this movie opens up, I'm not shitting you, on Batman's nipples.
You're not correct. You're not wrong. I wish there was a way around it.
So we are off to a rough start.
That is the costume redesign. It's a lot more... It's supposed to be modeled off of a Greek sculpture. I think... Because Joel Schumacher is a very flamboyant man, and that's his vision of this character.
I guess it's an interpretation.
Yeah.
And so we see him, he's suiting up, and is it this point? It's not this point where they show
He's mid-adventure.
They don't show his butt. That's later.
No, it's later.
Yeah. That's coming, folks. We see Batman, he's going to stop a hostage situation created by Two-Face.
Yeah.
Although in this, he's called Harvey Two-Face. He's even billed as Harvey Two-Face.
No shit. Is he really? That's a very odd decision.
I said that to our sister. I was like, that's bizarre.
Yeah. This movie starts super rough, especially because there's a line where Alfred is like, will you be needing dinner? Oh, I'll just get drive-thru. He's even doing the Batman voice that the Nolan movies will then take. And he's like, I'll just get drive-thru. Is that...
Keaton did that too.
Yeah. Was this just for, like... a McDonald's commercial that they had to plug that in? Because the movie starts very rough. The movie, I kind of respect it. The movie is very upfront about what it is. You know what I mean?
A big toy.
A big toy commercial that is just there to be crazy and wacky and wild. I like when things are bad, but they tell you they're bad. It's like how I kind of respect how Charles Manson has a swastika tattoo on his forehead. At least he lets you know he's fucking crazy. You can't forget it when you're talking to him.
Damn it, I didn't know he was crazy.
You cannot get into 3 seconds of conversation with Charles Manson without knowing he's a total crazy person.
So you gotta respect it to some level.
That's why this movie is the Charles Manson of Batman movies.
It's just a good thing.
Listen, man, it's not going to take a turn midway where it just falls off a cliff. No, it's what it is from the very beginning.
That's a great point. There's no point in this movie where it just takes a plummet.
Yeah. There's certain movies where it's like, hey, as you're watching it, if it loses you, you can turn it off. It's not going to win you back. This is not one of those movies.
It's either you're in it for the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, you know exactly what this is.
Alright. So he's, as he goes to stop this bank robbery, I think it is.
It's a bank robbery. He's trying to not just take all the money in the bank, he's just like, take the safe, we'll rob it later. Just, we need to get the safe out now.
Yeah. And that's where he meets Dr. Chase Meridian, who is played by Nicole Kidman.
Yes.
Very beautiful woman, especially in 1995.
Yeah, she's smoking hot in this movie. She looks great in this movie. Great hair.
And also, she's just Nicole Kidman. She's an Australian. She's like Margot Robbie.
Yeah, she was Margot Robbie every day.
Yeah. She's like specializes in mental disorders.
Yes, she's a super therapist.
Yeah.
Very Harley Quinn.
She was called... Ooh.
Yeah.
Damn, guys, come on. Put that shit together. She was called in by Commissioner Gordon, who finally does some things in this movie. It's still Pat Hingle.
Yep.
To keep this common thread throughout these movies.
Yeah, that's part of the continuity.
Him and
in this
Michael
movie.
Gough as Alfred are the only returning people. And Two-Face, of course, played by Tommy Lee Jones, not Billy D. Williams, which...
Let's talk about that real quick. Billy D. Williams played Harvey Dent in Batman.
1989
Batman, and it was in his contract, you let me know this, it was in his contract that he would eventually play Two-Face.
Yeah, that was known that they were planting that seed.
Yeah, that was the setup. But then, when everything shifted around, they cast Tommy Lee Jones. They thought he was the surer bet. And they had to buy Billy D. Williams out.
Yeah, they bought him out of that deal. And a similar thing happened with another character that we will talk about when he pops up.
Yes.
So, this is actually a very Two-Facey thing that he's doing, is because he's doing this on what? The second bank he ever robbed, the second anniversary of his estate.
There's a lot of twos associated with the crime.
Duality. That's a Two-Facey thing.
Kind of. There's two ways to take the Two-Face thing. It's either he's obsessed with the number 2, which is an interpretation, or he's obsessed with duality. Good, bad, light, dark, sun, moon.
Oh, okay. Yin-yang.
Yin-yang, yeah. This is not a yin-yang interpretation. This is he's obsessed with the number 2.
Okay.
Which makes a lot less sense psychologically.
Fair.
That he would just be obsessed with a number.
True, and not good, bad.
And not good, bad, and he's part scarred up psycho villain and part Harvey Dent super DA.
Yeah. Well, we also, his first line of this movie is like a soliloquy almost.
No, he has a dope monologue to start out. I was really impressed. I was like, this might be a lot. This movie might be great.
It might be better than I remember.
This movie might be fucking way better than I thought it was, because the first monologue by Harvey Dent is great. Then it takes a turn in the middle. 4 or 5 lines in, he starts shaking around and being crazy.
Yeah.
And he's never, until a little later, and we'll talk about it, until the very end of his arc, he's never Harvey again.
Yeah, he's always Harvey Two-Face.
He's always Two-Face from that point on.
Harvey Two-Face.
And his performance suffers from it. The character suffers because it's supposed to be a Jekyll and Hyde, two people inhabiting the same body. It's never that. It's just this one note from here on.
A fun little thing, you brought up Jekyll and Hyde. What's funny, Chris Evans is playing Dr. Jekyll now in the new movie.
Did not know that.
And he starred with Tommy Lee Jones in Captain America.
There you go.
The first Avenger.
Sure, it all ties in on itself.
How about that? You didn't know that? Yeah. So Chris Evans is going to do that.
That'll be dope.
And yeah, so it's also at this point with the meeting with Chase Meridian, she's super thirsty for some Batman.
Oh my god, she is the horniest movie character I've ever seen in my life. From the moment, maybe it's the nipples, from the moment she meets Batman, she is openly in heat for him.
Her panties drop to China.
Oh my god, she is licking her lips and eyeing him up and down, and Batman's kind of negging her a little bit, talking down to her,
you would.
Yeah, that's his thing. That's what he knows how to do. That's from Batman.
Before.
But she's still super into it.
Oh, yeah.
But she is set up immediately as a very smart psychologist.
Yeah, she's got big words.
She's got a lot of big words. Well, no, and Batman knows of her and has been impressed with her work beforehand.
Yeah, sure. Another thing that this suffers from, that the previous two have done as well, is that she is not an established character.
No, this easily could have been Harley Quinzel, to be honest.
Could have been Pamela Isley.
Could have been Pamela Isley. Could have been a lot of people.
Yeah. Harleen is the better.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
You don't even have to do the full Harley Quinn. No.
Just Harleen Quinzel.
Yeah, just Harleen Quinzel.
This movie came out in 95. When was Harley created? 93?
Oh, boy. No, she was already around by then.
I know, but I'm saying 93?
Yeah, around 93.
So, yeah, they could have. But had they done Crazy in Love?
Yeah, I'm almost certain. Crazy in Love was around 94.
Okay.
No, yeah, by then, that would have been season 3 of BTAS. Yeah, they definitely had Harley Quinn by then. Yeah, 100%.
BTAS is Batman, the animated series.
BTAS.
Yeah. For those wondering, watch that show.
Obviously. All hail to the Queen Father.
Let's jump back into this plot. We're kind of getting away. So yeah, he goes up there and 2 security guards are already dead. That's something you haven't seen a lot in these movies. Is that people have died, Batman.
Yeah.
Stakes are kind of high.
People are getting shot. He is not able to save everyone here, and he's okay with that.
Yeah, And so he goes to go save the third security guard, this super whiny security guard, who I would have been totally fine if he had died.
Matthew.
I didn't care. He's rude. He's like, my shoes are melting. It's like,
motherfucker, hold the fuck up.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so busy right now.
And so, yeah, we get Two-Face, Harvey Two-Face.
Yeah.
And he's jumping up and down. Like you said, he's the Joker. He's not really Two-Face. And the plot, like you said, is he's stealing the safe.
Yeah, he's like pulling the safe out with the use of a helicopter. Yeah. He's going to helicopter away, just take all the money out later. And
he traps Batman and that security guard. They manage to get out because Batman just uses the guy's hearing aid to crack
He's resourceful.
Safe. Yeah, but sure, it's a little
much.
Yeah.
It's a little Batman 66.
Could have just taken something out of his belt and just attached it to the top and it cracked it.
Yeah,
because he's super smart. And so they get out, but Harvey gets away.
True, and at this point I would like to point out that he does call him Harvey, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
He's like, Harvey, you need help. Let me help you, something like that.
Chase can help you.
Sure. I think that's really cool that they're implying the previous relationship that Bruce Wayne and Harvey Dent assumedly had.
I wish they would have played on that some more.
Yeah, they had nothing on that.
I guess we can touch on the end of the movie, how I felt about one specific thing about this movie. Or just a general thing. And I think it's also at this point, after this, that we meet Edward Nygma.
Right? It is. It's immediately after this. And it's the first look at businessman Bruce Wayne. Yeah. We also get a sweeping look at the city. The architecture that in this Gotham City, in Joel Schumacher's Gotham City, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
There's big statues everywhere. They're a little weird. I can see how the guy who thought of those also has nipples on suits. I get that. But it's a very...
That's Gotham, folks.
It's a very twisted... intense architecture, and I actually prefer this to Tim Burton.
Tim Burton, yeah.
I think this is a lot more of what I think of when I think of a Gotham City. I think of this a lot faster than I think of Tim Burton's dour. There was basically 2 sets in Tim Burton's Batman.
Yeah, and I remember Warner Brothers had to use all of their resources to make those 2 sets. So I
believe it, and they shot everywhere. They were on that goddamn square.
Yeah, for real.
For every scene.
And I guarantee they just CGI'd the shit out of this.
Yeah, 100%.
And we see Edward is very, very excited to meet Bruce. He's like, oh, Bruce Wayne hired me. He's like, you were on the hiring slip. And he's like shaking his hand. He's really excited to meet him. And he shows him, is this where he shows him his idea?
Yes. Nygma pops out. And he is very desperate and erratic, and he thinks Bruce Wayne is going to be kind of a kindred spirit.
Yeah.
And he shows him this idea he has to beam images directly into people's brains.
Yeah, from television. It's like a new and advanced way to watch programming.
It's like glassesless virtual reality.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Brain ray virtual reality.
It's a good way to put it. And Bruce is worried that, like...
Pokemon Go style.
If you can put images in people's head, you can take them out.
No, other way around. You're right.
Yeah, I'm right. So he's just like, no.
Hey, man, that raises a lot of ethical questions. Yeah. Not really trying to go there right now. Have a good day.
And Edward's crushed.
He snaps.
Yeah.
It has driven him insane because...
It's a little weird thing to have him snap.
It's a weird thing to have him snap, but it's already shown that he is...
odd.
He's not playing with a full deck here, and I buy that could make a grown man. His life's work is now just getting complete. His baby is now just getting defunded. I get that.
He might worry for his job.
Yeah.
And
he has a Riddler bobblehead next to his desk.
He has a bunch of Riddler shit.
All up in his apartment later, too. We can talk about it now.
Yeah.
Why does he have stuff that's all over his apartment that is Riddler themed? Is there a Riddler kind of thing before this? Are we just supposed to look past this? Is it supposed to be like a nod to the audience?
Yeah.
How are we supposed to feel about it?
It almost looks like Frank Gorshin from the 60s Batman.
Is there any kind of antecedent to the Riddler that we are supposed to assume or know about?
I don't think so.
It's never given textually, so anything we say is going to be assumed.
Right.
Which is a sentence that will get said many times on this podcast.
Yeah, it's true. But we're digging deep.
We're digging deep. We're trying to get in. I thought that was really bizarre. Maybe even if it had just been something similar, but it didn't have the question marks on it, or it had just green, or maybe it was just question marks.
Or it'd be cool.
But it's the whole goddamn thing.
It would be cool, like, even, I know this would be kind of stupid, but bear with me, this movie is bizarre. If, like, he just had, like, some green felt or something, and then he spilled ink, and it kind of looked like a question mark.
Listen, man, that would fit in well with this movie, which is the worst insult I could give you.
I came up with that in 5 seconds on the spot. So yeah.
Can we do another rewrite on the Riddler bobblehead thing?
No.
Like that's in the script.
We can't? Oh, yeah. Actually, I said that he might have worried for his job. He was fired. Fred Strictly fired him.
True.
A Wayne Enterprise employee.
And he goes bad super quick. It took Walter White 5 seasons to break bad. It takes him 33 seconds.
And he's just driven mad. And so you know what you do when you're driven mad? He captured Fred Strictly and basically put the prototype of this brainwave stealing technology onto some sort of perch. And he beamed images into his head and stole his knowledge.
Yeah, he's like, you think this is unethical? I'll prove to you it's not unethical. I'll be unethical. And just makes a weird leap around it.
Yeah, and he does it so he can basically outsmart Bruce.
Is he stealing his brain power?
His brain power.
Yeah, he is now. I guess if you were to think of it in terms of IQ, he's now whatever that guy's IQ is plus his own.
Yeah, sure. Why not? And then Nygma murders him. He pushes him out off a cliff, which is off the side of the building.
Yeah, I feel like that was an accident waiting to happen, guys. Somebody flipped the little thing the day since somebody fell off the thing button. Set that back to 0. We fucked up again.
Well, and then he fucks with the security tapes to make it look like the guy committed suicide, and then leaves a riddle there.
He does leave a riddle. We'll talk about the riddle in a second. Something I want to get to. Is he acting intelligently?
No. He's acting emotionally.
He's acting emotionally. Well, no, what I mean is, does he come across as a smart person? I don't think he does. That's my problem with the Riddler, is he's supposed to be the smartest guy in the room at all times. He's supposed to be, when I think of the Riddler, he's supposed to be the smartest guy around. He's supposed to be making crazy references, and, every sentence has 6 meanings. I know that's very difficult to write, but that is the character.
But although Gotham's done that fairly well. The show Gotham has done that really well. Corey Michael Smith, I think he's done a great job.
And he's done a great job. There are problems on that show. They are not his.
Sure, 100%. He even looks the part.
Agreed.
We see
he leaves a riddle. These are the worst riddles in the world.
No.
They're so bad. They're literally they're 4-year-old riddles.
It's if you look at this face, you won't find 13 on it, something like that.
Yeah, it's a clock face. It takes Bruce he's not even done reading the thing.
Yeah, it's clock.
It's a clock.
If you look at my face, 12 clock. It's a clock.
It's literally like when your uncle would tell you some shitty limerick hey man, why do gorillas have big nostrils?
This is gonna be racist, is it?
I rescind the opening salvo on this.
It's not going to top that.
You have a good day, slugger. They're just... Apparently they had these commissioned by the New York Times.
Yeah. The Puzzle Masters was...
But it's very clear, looking at the riddles, that this is a movie meant for children that we are now watching and making fun of.
Yeah, it's true. And so... the scene shifts to... Is this where Bruce goes to see Dr. Meridian?
Yes, I believe so.
Because he's left the riddle.
Yes.
And it's one about a match.
No, this is still Batman and Meridian. That's the next scene.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember, because this is a scene where we get a direct reference to Catwoman.
Okay. She
turns on the light, the bat signal, and draws him to the thing.
Wearing lingerie.
Wearing super lingerie. Why is she so down to clowns?
So she walked through GCPD.
Up to the roof in that, hopefully in a trench coat of some sort.
Yeah.
Does she want to...
I guess you could call her Deep Throat.
Oh, Matthew. Oh, Matthew. You used to watch Sesame Street. Matthew.
I'm sorry.
Is Batman supposed to be sexy?
Look at him Look at them puffy Val Kilmer lips.
I guess. I mean, Val Kilmer is a attractive man.
Yeah.
Mid-90s Val Kilmer. He kind of looks like he's slowly exploding now.
Yeah, he kind of looks like a jack-o'-lantern in December right now. Actually, he looks better. I saw a picture of him recently.
No,
a couple years ago, he looked really shitty. Now he looks better.
He looked...
Google 2013 Val Kilmer.
It was not great.
Not to be mean to Val Kilmer. We know he's a listener. So, sorry, Val.
We get a direct Catwoman reference. What, for you to pay attention to me, do I need to wear leather and carry a whip? Something like that. And he's like,
there.
he's like, I'm listening. I mean, it wouldn't hurt. She's like, fine, damn.
Yeah, and then
yeah, she's like inviting him over, and she wants to fuck Batman. And she wants it real bad.
Yeah, she wants
that bat dick.
Yeah, she wants it real bad.
She wants that utility belt.
I'm kind of surprised she didn't dress like Catwoman. You know what I mean?
Is this what you want? Is it because it's kind of put out there that the reason she's so interested in him is because he's mentally ill.
Yeah.
And she views him as mentally ill, and that's kind of her thing, I guess. Hey, man, I mean, more power to you. But I think that's interesting. This is kind of the first time we've seen anything about Bruce overtly being mentally ill.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a theme throughout the movie, especially a theme in Batman/Bruce's dealings with Chase Meridian. Terrible name.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Globe company.
And it's also at this point that we see the newscast talking about Harvey Dent and his accident. It's done really weirdly.
I like that they included it.
Oh, sure. No. They should have included it.
Yeah.
But just the scene itself on the television was odd.
Yeah.
Because it shows, like, Salvatore Maroni. And it is Sal Maroni. We're told that. He's, like, pulling out, like, very slowly pulling out a bunch of acid.
Sure.
And,
this is from the Long Halloween book. Go read that. Really good.
Go read that. Turn that into an animated
one of my favorite books.
And then Dark Victory, the sequel.
One of my favorites. I need to reread Dark Victory. Yeah. I'm going to do that this week.
I need to do them both.
Yeah. I'll lend you Long Halloween.
Thank you. He throws the acid in his face, in Harvey Dent's face, and he's got like a piece of paper.
Okay, can I?
Yeah, go for
he's
it,
holding
Joe.
up.
This is your thing.
He's holding up a folder. I pointed this out, and clearly he was supposed to be holding up the folder on half of his face, so the acid hit one half, scarred that half. The other half is fine. Tommy Lee Jones fucks it up. So after the acid hits the one part, he like moves the folder and it like hits the other part too.
Yeah, he gets his whole face.
He gets his entire face. Were they not able to do a second take?
Don't throw that pussy ST on my face again. It's just Tommy Lee not having any of it.
He fucked up the shot. I'm sorry. I don't know what you want me to say. We need a second take.
Because he like moved the folder and with like dramatic effect.
Yeah, while he's like screaming. And during the trial, as soon as that happens, Batman jumps out.
Yeah, from the crowd.
Was he just sitting there dressed up as Batman? Is that a thing? Was he supposed to be called as a witness?
We call Batman flourish of the cape.
Smoke everywhere. Judge is like, this is very uncomfortable.
I plead the fifth. All that just for pleading the fifth. Yeah, it was really bizarre. But whatever. And it's after that Bruce Wayne goes to meet Chase Meridian.
Now is that scene. Bruce Wayne in a turtleneck. People love Bruce Wayne in a turtleneck.
It's probably because they wanted to simulate it being the cowl.
Sure. I get that.
Which is dumb. So, yeah.
And he brings her the riddle.
Well, yeah, what he did, he actually broke down her door because he heard a bunch of grunts coming from inside. But she was actually just beating up a punching bag.
Yeah, she's getting a workout.
Yeah.
She's getting a little bit of that Tybo.
She still looked flawless during the workout, though. So.
Her contour. Oh, my God.
And he's just
he brings her a riddle, the only thing in Gotham City, easier than she is.
Jesus.
What?
Alfred, come on. What? Sorry, Master Wayne, it's obvious to everybody. And so they easily figure out this riddle. It's like, what once was black, or once was red is now black. Something like that.
Yeah.
And it's super easy. It was a match. And the match doesn't even lead to anything.
Yeah, it's like you'd tear me off, you'd light my head on fire, and then I'm done. It's a match. It's a match.
Yeah.
Rhyme with batch.
Yeah. And Bruce goes over and looks at a thing on the wall and he's like, "Oh, you got to think for bats because it's like this little ink blot."
Oh yeah,
it's a Rorschach. Is there anything you gotta think for bats? And she's like, "Oh, that's a Rorschach." It shows.
We are getting granular on this movie detail, by the way.
I know, but I wanted to point something.
This is a shot-for-shot breakdown.
I wanted to point something out. She was like, "Oh, it's a Rorschach. You only see like what you want to see out of it," and I'm like, "That's a bat.
It's very clearly a bat."
Like you can try to bullshit me all you want, Doctor. You show me an ink blot and it looks like a dinosaur, and be like, "That looks like a dinosaur."
It says bat right here. No, it doesn't. Shut up.
No, it doesn't. You're crossing your leg.
She just says a thing for bats. That's what it is.
Yeah, she's got bats on the belfry.
Listen, man, this is how. Listen, Twilight was big for a reason. Bats are clearly in.
That was vampires. They didn't really turn into bats that much in that.
6 of 1.
I saw it once.
I did.
Only the first one.
I did not.
Anna Kendrick is in those, which is weird.
No shit.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
She's in for like 5 seconds. Back to this. It's here that he like asks her out, and he's like, "Hey," he's like, because Bruce wants her, and she does not want Bruce.
Bruce is very interested in her. She's a very attractive woman. She's very strong.
She's not into Bruce though.
She's not into Bruce. She's into Batman.
But Bruce is like, "Hey, do you want to go somewhere real smelly this Friday night?" He's like, "Let's go to the circus." Terrible place for a first date.
Do you want to go somewhere vaguely abusey? I own it.
So they go to the circus.
Terrible first date.
Oh, it's so bad, Bruce. God damn it. Like, you're rich. Do rich people things.
I know, I was gonna say that. And for the second day, he's like, we should go rock climbing at Gotham Central Park.
Yeah.
It's like, no, go on your yacht. Ball out of control, dude.
Yeah, what are
you are
doing?
so rich. Why are you doing this pansy-ass bullshit? He's like coming back with like a popcorn and a Pepsi.
Oh, boy. The circus.
I didn't miss these lines, did I? Oh, my God.
He like finds him in the trash. Val Kilmer does. He's like, "Hey guys, I found these other lines." He's like, "Let's do them right now."
But I will say, I thought there was decent, not great, but decent chemistry between Val Kilmer and Dr. Chase Meridian. Nicole Kidman. Thank you.
Mainly because they're both good looking.
Sure.
But this is also the first time in any of these movies we get a scope of Bruce Wayne.
True.
Is people are like, "Oh, Bruce Wayne, who's this sexy girl you're with?" Like,
yeah,
"Oh, Bruce Wayne, you're cool."
People want to know things about him. He is running a big company. We are getting actual Bruce Wayne work.
Yeah. So thank you, Schumacher. That's
something. Yeah.
And even the Batman break.
Well, thank you for it. He just has more of a focus.
Yeah. He's not
than Tim Burton did. Yeah.
Tim Burton just didn't give a fuck.
No, he just didn't.
About Batman. That movie could have been called Joker. So they're sitting at the circus and they're watching the famous act, The Flying Graysons.
Yes.
And that's famous to all of us. Not just in Gotham. And it's here that Harvey...
Hope this goes well.
Yeah, it's here that Harvey shows up for some reason. Because he wants...
I need to rob people. Where do people have lots of money?
Well, no, he thinks Batman's there. For whatever reason, he thinks he's there.
Interesting.
And he's like, "I know you're here. I know you're one of the Gothamites."
Oh, isn't it like it's a circus night for rich people?
Yeah.
I think he's just trying to rob people. And he says, "Batman, for all I know, is here."
Yeah.
Something like that.
He's like, "I think he's one of you." He says something like that. And so, the worst moment in this movie is this scene.
He says, "In 2 minutes, I have this giant bomb. In 2 minutes, I am going to blow up this bomb. Unless Batman comes forward." Bruce immediately stands up, like, "I am Batman! I am Batman! Easy now!"
But it's too loud.
It's too loud. Nobody hears him, apparently.
We also get a cameo here. The mayor.
It's comedian George Wallace. Not George Wallace who stopped the black people from entering the school in Alabama, but George Wallace who is real funny and in the middle of a wonderful Twitter fight with Scott Baio. Oh my God, he is fucking roasting Scott Baio like you have never seen.
That is fantastic. I did not know that.
Oh my God.
The second this is stopped recording, I am going straight to Twitter. Although I want Scott Baio to block me.
He is literally, I think he might have blocked George Wallace already. He is lighting Scott Baio's life on fire.
Alright, and so the Flying Graysons, they all try to stop the bomb.
Yes. The Flying Graysons, mother, father, 2 sons.
2 sons. One of them named Richard. They try to stop it, but they get killed.
Yes.
They fall to their deaths as Richard is up getting the bomb out.
Yeah, Richard is off. He's able to save, maybe the city, to be honest.
We don't know how big this bomb is.
We don't know how big, at least everybody is there.
It could be a nuke.
Yeah, for all we
don't know
know.
what he bought with that money.
Well, he still just pushes it off the thing, so it's probably not a nuke. It's not like he disarms the bomb.
You didn't know that.
I do now.
Well, you don't know that it was a nuke.
Everybody's like super fucked up.
Radiation. It's like Nagasaki.
So yeah, we are introduced to Dick Grayson. He is the only surviving Grayson. The rest of his family.
Richard is short. Dick is a nickname for Richard, by the way.
Yes, for everybody who has not been alive.
Some people might have been like, oh, well, whatever happened to Richard?
He is a daredevil gymnast.
Daredevil's a good way to put it. He's a risk taker.
He's a risk taker. He's a wild card. He's a classic wild card type.
You want to get nuts?
That is going to continue long after these Batman movies. How old is he supposed to be? I hate that we have to bring it up this early in the characterization.
But we need
But he's being played by Chris O'Donnell, fresh off Son of a Woman, Chris O'Donnell. Good actor, Chris O'Donnell.
Sure, yeah.
He's been good in things.
Currently, his hit TV show.
Oh, what's he on?
NCIS Los Angeles.
Oh, no shit. I did know that. I knew that.
Yeah,
I just forget about that show.
Yeah.
Listen, man, you can tell me that again in 10 minutes. Exact same reaction.
Like, oh shit.
Oh shit, he's on that. I'm never going to remember that.
And yeah, so if I had to guess, 16.
Yeah, we're going to guess that he's 16 years old.
But Chris O'Donnell's 25.
Chris O'Donnell's 25 years old. Looking a little old. He's not like CW's 25.
Yeah, like Gustin is like 24 and is playing 22. Basically.
Yeah, that's fine. But I'm saying like CW has people like the show Glee had like people that were like 30 coming back. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I always reference that show because it was my favorite. Like Charisma Carpenter was like 28 years old playing a high school sophomore. But she got away with it because she looked a little like a high school sophomore. Chris O'Donnell has like man features.
Yeah, he's got a man body too.
Yeah. He does not look like a 16-year-old.
And so, because we were...
Damn, that circus food fucked you up.
Jim Gordon's like, buh!
No, you're not.
Bullshit. But yeah, we see, it's like right after this that we see him like riding his motorcycle to Wayne Manor. And Jim Gordon's there with Bruce and Alfred, and he's just like, yeah, he signed up all the social services papers. He's got nowhere else to go.
Damn, he's like 28. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, like what?
No, apparently he's just 16.
And so, yeah, it was really weird when...
What is the pretense of Dick to go and stay with Bruce? Because Bruce doesn't seem to be openly volunteering.
Well, yeah, and usually when we see the relationship, it's Bruce is like, oh my god, I see myself in this kid.
Yeah. Let's go back real quick. Death of the Graysons. They're all dead on the floor. I thought this was actually nicely shot. It's a little... It hits you over the head with it, but it's still nice for what it is. He's looking... Dick is at the top of the circus tent.
Yeah, he's got bird's eye view.
Looking down, bird's eye view, sees his dead family.
Yeah, all three.
Bruce is right there in the middle of them. It's kind of reminiscent of Bruce's parents.
Sure, he's looking down at them.
Looking down at, like, both sides. Well, no, and Bruce is right there in the middle of it, like... He walks up and then he's in the middle of it.
I wish they would have had, like, flash of, like, Bruce's parents.
Yeah, that could have been okay. We get a little bit of that kind of stuff later.
Yeah, they did it later. I'm doing there.
Sure. They didn't draw a very strong parallel between that, but I think that's the parallel they intended.
Yeah.
How does the death scene of the Graysons work for you? What's your feeling about this?
I felt it mainly because I know the weight of the Graysons dying.
Sure, it's a big event in the DC universe.
Oh, hell yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's the creation of Robin.
And Nightwing.
And all of the Robins that will come after this.
Yeah, it leads to Batman trusting children.
Yeah.
And that ends up...
Batman's child soldiers.
With Jason Todd, which then becomes a thing. It's a huge marker.
Karen Kelly, Batgirl, Oracle.
Barbara Gordon basically gets shot because of it.
Yeah. Killing Joke.
Yeah.
It leads to Batman... I'm not going to spoil the Killing Joke stuff. Yeah. I was about to make a joke about it. Go watch the Killing Joke and listen to the podcast we did about it.
Yeah. It's only 15 minutes long. Yeah, and...
what is the pretense then? Dick has to go and stay with Bruce. Like, Bruce... It doesn't seem like he volunteers. It just seems like he kind of gets placed with them. Is this like a social program?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like an orphan billionaire thing. I don't know.
Every kid whose parents are murdered, we send to that Wayne guy.
Yeah, it's the Charles in Charge program.
And so...
Second Bayo.
Yeah, boom. He definitely wasn't invited.
Yeah.
And he's just like, yo, peace, I'm gonna go live my life, I'm gonna go murder the shit out of Two-Face.
Hey man, I'm secretly 25, I gotta get out of here. This is really weird. It kind of seems like, if I stick around here, people are gonna think we're fucking. I'm really sorry, you guys seem cool and all, I'm out. Actually, he's not even that nice about it. He's kind of a dick to everybody, but he's grieving.
Yeah, you gotta let the kid, gotta let the old man deal with his parents' death. And it's Bruce is like, before you go, just come check out my house for some reason. Which every kid would just...
hey kid, I got some candy
over at the spot.
He's like, I'm for sure 25. He's like, I got some PBRs. He's like, let's talk.
As they both enter the house, he locks the door. But for some reason he's like, let me show you my motorcycle collection. Because kids love motorcycles. And he's just like, oh.
He does like motorcycles.
I know. I guess he rode one. He saw him ride one. So I guess he just assumed.
He's taking a shot. I have no problem with that. This is far from the movie's biggest problem. We spent a lot of time on this.
I think they go back to Nigma and he's like trying to figure out what to call himself.
Yeah, I feel like that's around this. That breaks this up.
And he's like, the puzzler, the gamester. And it's
Riddle Miser.
Yeah, it's not necessary. We don't know what he's going to be called.
Question Timer. I know what I'll call myself. Wonder Woman.
We haven't had her yet.
No, right? He's like talking off screen. He's like, right? I can do that. What about Black Canary? Fine. Riddler.
Huntress.
The bird of prey.
So, yeah, and then he doesn't say like Riddler. He just like is not that. And then, I think right after...
Jim Carrey, doing some decent work.
Sure, I said to you...
Putting in work.
I said to you, if they cast Jim Carrey now, and just didn't go this route, it could work.
You mean bring him into
Ben
the
Affleck's
DCEU in the solo movie and have older Jim Carrey playing a more serious Riddler that is completely divorced from this character.
Yeah, it's not related to this character at all.
I doubt they'll do that for obvious reasons.
But I think
it could happen. I think he would do a good job at that.
Yeah. I think, because on paper, this is a good cast.
It is a really good cast.
I mean, there's Oscar talent on this cast.
Oh, 100%.
And so, right after that, Riddler goes and meets Two-Face. It's like right after that. With his new persona, the Riddler. And we also get a Drew Barrymore cameo, which is weird.
Yeah, and Debbie Mazar
Mazar
is there. This scene I didn't like.
Nope.
First of all, before then, we also got the Robin name origin, and we got a car chase. That made no sense. I don't know why that car chase was in there.
What car chase?
The one where it goes up the side of the building. That was before then.
Oh, yeah.
It had nothing to do with the plot. It was just a car chase.
Yeah. They needed action.
They needed a little bit of action thrown in here because they just, I guess, needed something with a little bit more levity as well.
Well, hey, the movie I always come back to when it's always like, oh, we need more action, like something needs to happen, is the Avengers. There's 2 fights in the Avengers.
True. There is the triple fight in the woods.
Yeah.
And there is Battle of New York.
That's it.
There's the battle on the helicarrier.
Barely.
I consider that a battle.
It's mostly Tony fixing this thing.
No, but people
and Hulk hulking out, but I mean, there's not a real fight.
Yeah. I mean, I would still count it. But that's still 3 in a 2-hour...
2.5.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's the problem with this movie. There's a lot of moving pieces.
There's a ton of moving pieces. And everything is divorced from itself, from each other.
Yeah.
Until it's not. No, we don't get a plot until an hour in. I was going to point that out. It was right after this scene.
Yeah.
So we have an exciting but confusing car chase where he goes up the side of a building for some reason. Is Two-Face supposed to be 2 people?
And yes, but he's not in this.
He's not in this. He has 2 halves.
Yeah. One
that seems to side a little bit more with Drew Barrymore. One that seems to side a little bit more with the darker Debbie Mazar.
Yeah. Drew Barrymore's dressed in white. One side of the room is all white.
Yeah.
The other side is black. And she's in leather.
So he has 2 sides. Both are evil. The coloring is different.
Yeah.
Like, one's a summer, one's a winter.
Yeah. It's not well...
It's not thought out.
Yeah, it's not thought out at all.
Looks great.
Sure. Spend a lot of money on it.
Sure. But...
some script work could have helped.
Yeah. We are an hour in. It is at this point where I paused it and I said, what is going on in this movie?
Yeah.
We are 1 hour in.
What's the plot?
We're halfway in.
What's the plan?
What is the plot, the plan, what are the villains trying to do? they are not trying to do anything.
Well, and
what are the good guys trying to do? Also nothing.
They're just fucking hanging out. It obviously in this scene the Riddler and Two-Face team up, and because he's like, hey, we can take over Gotham and then subsequently the world with my brainwave machine.
Why does the Riddler need Two-Face? This is a lot of silence. I don't think that's ever explained.
Oh shit, I didn't even pick up on that.
Why does Riddler come to Two-Face?
I guess because he's like...
Because he has money? Because he has guns? Because he has maybe guys? Goons? He has goons. They're very Bane-looking goons. Yeah,
I've said it's like, why are a bunch of Banes running around?
But it kind of seems like they should hate each other.
But he could just beam them all.
Yeah. I don't get it. It's never explained as to why these two
drop that bomb on me. You should have said that during the movie. I'm sitting here ghost faces, man.
You have become the SpongeBob Caveman meme. Why would an author pair these two people together? Because there's certain pairings that kind of make sense together. I would point out like Poison Ivy and Mr. Freeze in the next one.
Poison Ivy and Scarecrow.
Poison Ivy and Scarecrow makes sense. Poison Ivy and also Harley Quinn. She makes sense with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Catwoman and Two-Face have been put together. Catwoman and Penguin, I think, make sense together as a freaks kind of thing.
Yeah, sure.
There's a lot of
bosses.
A lot of mob bosses.
Hey, how about like a turf war between Black Mask and Two-Face?
Sure, that'd be great. And Penguin could be thrown in there. There's a lot of stuff to be done.
Yes, Maroni, like.
There's a lot of stuff to be done. We don't get any of that. These two are just paired together because they're two big villains.
We haven't done them yet.
And we're going to throw them together. There's no intellectual nut of like these two are going to work off each other through this lens. That doesn't happen.
Tell you who's going to elect.
That's probably a good edit. That's probably a good pullback, Matt.
Fuck it.
This is a loosey-goosey podcast.
It fell off the rails when I made that gross joke about Chase Meridian.
It really did. We have so many people.
That's probably as gross as I'll get. Like in
probably. Probably.
Hey, I can't promise. I don't know what's going to happen.
Let's keep going.
And so, they team up. And it's just like, oh, whatever, sure.
Yeah. Their thing is Riddler has a box that's going to siphon off people's brain power. He had that. He showed that earlier. He is now going to mass produce it, get it out to Gotham. He's going to use that to become the smartest man in Gotham. That's his goal. Become the smartest man in Gotham.
And then the world.
That's okay. Yeah. Even the world. That's a good This makes sense.
Yeah.
We are 1 hour in.
Something's
happening. We have shit going on. This is, however, interrupted by a scene where Chris O'Donnell dries laundry by using kung fu.
Yes.
Which is very odd. What does it prove?
And then
why does he do that? That would fuck your clothes up.
Yeah, for real. And then he winks at Alfred like he's trying to fuck him.
Yeah. You know what it is, old man.
You know what it is, Al.
You know where to find me.
I hate how he keeps calling him Al.
Okay.
Show some respect. Put some respect on his name.
Okay. So, for the Riddler plan, he then gets these boxes to every house in Gotham, right?
Yes, he does.
How long does that take?
Yeah. 35 minutes, apparently?
Yeah, he does it in no time flat.
I bet they're cheap. I bet
it's immediately everywhere. Everybody has one.
$10.
And it is a day and a half later.
Yeah, for real. And then I think...
That's usually a big problem with superhero movies, is we don't know how long things take.
It's true.
Anytime we know how long something takes, I'm a little happier.
It's true.
Being able to portray time in a movie like this is different.
You know what movie did that very well? Was Lilo and Stitch. It was over 3 days. They kept hammering that home.
How long do we... Why are we on here talking about Lilo and Stitch?
Because that was a good example. Sorry, what, you too good for Lilo and Stitch? I'm sorry.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
I am. No, it's actually a great movie.
Yeah. She got me teary-eyed.
100%.
Talking about
Hane's family.
No, I'm saying like when she's talking about her dead parents, and she's like, "Where are your parents?" And he's just like looking sad.
Yeah,
because he doesn't have any. I'm gonna cry. Yeah, and so I think after that scene, after the end of like their team up and like all the people talking about his box.
Yes.
Is when Chris O'Donnell, not Robin yet.
No, before then. Because I have a note in my... I write notes during the movie. In my notes I wrote, oh right, these two, Bruce Wayne and Chase Meridian, are back. Because for the first time in about 15 minutes, we see the titular character again. And Bruce is very confused and mentally ill. He's having PTSD.
Yeah.
Because after he accepts Robin into his home, not yet Robin, but still, he starts to have flashbacks to his own parents' death. And this is the first time on camera we get the falling pearls, rose kind of stuff.
We also see his parents. Like their
Was that
faces.
in Batman 89? The falling pearls? I don't remember it.
I don't remember.
I think this was the first time.
All right.
Off the top of my head.
Someone will correct us.
Someone will correct us. They always do.
They always do. You guys are always on top of it.
And then from there he goes to Dr. Trace Meridian to talk about his PTSD and basically the duality that he's facing. You know, it would have been a good chance to talk about duality in this movie. These two have a lot more chemistry now, I think.
Because like, oh shit, you're fucked up.
Honestly,
take off those pants.
I wish you were wrong. It's very Harley Quinn.
It really is. Imagine the Joker with Chase Meridian.
Ooh,
that's what would happen.
That's what would happen. And I like this Bruce. He's very confused as to whether he wants to be Bruce or he wants to be Batman.
He just wants to fuck Chase.
Listen, I don't blame him.
How much you Tom Cruise?
But there is the first of two Tom Cruise wives to be in Batman.
She's like 5 inches taller than him.
She's real tall. No, that was the thing while they were dating that everybody would make fun of. He's like 5'7" and she's like
5'11".
5'11".
I know, but still. He climbed that tree.
Listen, man, we're all the same height.
I told you I'd say something grosser. It only took 5 minutes.
Oh, not even. We're a minute and a half later. Asshole. Now we go to Robin is out trolling around in one of Bruce's cars. Not just one of Bruce's cars. He breaks into the Batcave.
Yeah, he figures it out.
He figures out how to break into the Batcave.
Well, just figures out how to get through a door that was locked.
Sure.
He's like, why is this door locked? And Alfred's like, eat shit, pussy. That sums it up. That's how he wanted to find out what was behind that door, and it was the Batcave.
Yeah, he like jumps up and jumps
There's like a bunch of stairs.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even like an elevator. That's Bruce's fault. But there's just a door.
But he gets in, and you know, it's Dick Grayson discovering the Batcave.
Big moment.
It should be such a big moment. This would be a lot bigger moment if it was like a 14-year-old kid, like an actual child.
Yeah, or like a 9-year-old.
Oh man, it would be fucking heartbreaking.
Whoa!
And we're never getting any sense that he's grieving or that he's going through a difficult time. The only difficulty he seems to be having is that he can't get through this fucking door.
Like he's a dog.
When he goes to sleep, they just like put a towel, like a thing over him, his bed, like he's a parrot.
Yeah.
And so he drives the Batcave or out of the Batcave in the Batmobile. And immediately goes and meets up with some hookers.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, sure. And they're like, oh, that's not Batman, that's Batboy, which would destroy me if a bunch of people said that about me.
I'm a man. I'm 25 years old. And I will be treated as such. What? This character is so old.
I've got a beard.
Crow's feet and shit.
And so Bruce goes and actually he saves a girl from a gang. Dick does. What did Dick do? And he tries to beat the shit.
Don't do what Donnie don't does. This is impenetrable.
And Bruce shows up. Well, Batman shows up and starts helping him kick the shit out of people. And then afterwards, Dick's like, "Come on, let me be your partner." It's like I can be.
He feels owed it somehow.
Yeah, fuck off, kid.
He has no training. He might not be able to read. He grew up in the circus. We know nothing about this kid.
No one would have had a great comedic moment if Bruce was like, "Get me the," or like, "Hit this button." He's like, "Which button?" He's like,
"The one that says fly." He's like, "I don't know how to read.
I can't read. I was in the circus.
I know how to jump around and shit, and how to iron tights without burning them."
And so it's just a weird conversation. It's like, Dick, you got owed shit. You broke in here.
Batman doesn't want to include him. It's obviously very dangerous. He needs to be brought around on it.
Yeah. And so,
now we have a gala scene.
Oh, yeah. And it's like, apparently Edward Nygma's the talk of the town now.
By the way, we're talking about this movie almost in real time.
Yeah, for real.
This is taking so long.
Alright, we'll speed it up. The gala's happening. It's kind of...
Well, I mean, let's talk about it. Whatever needs to be talked about.
Yeah, the gala, Edward Nygma's a rock star. Everybody likes him. Bruce shows up and they're like, "Oh, Bruce, how's it feel to be a fucking dumb shit compared to this guy?"
Actual line.
Yeah, that's a quote. And it's just like, oh, okay, and then
doesn't feel good. Does Bruce recognize Nigma?
Yeah, he's got to. He's introduced us. Yeah, he does.
He never is like, oh yeah, I remember you. You were like the mousy little asshole that I employed.
You're that mouse asshole.
Yeah, I remember you. Or like the machine that he turned down for ethical reasons.
I think he does, but I just don't think he's like, oh, I remember you.
There should definitely be. This is not their first meeting, but it's treated as such.
But it's the new Nigma.
Yeah.
He's like
much handsomer.
Yeah, he's much handsomer. Much more Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
And it's at this point that Nigma uses the brainwave device on Bruce, and Two-Face shows up at this point, fucks up the gala, because
Nigma is clearly hanging out with Two-Face.
Oh yeah, they're like, well, he's like, what are you doing? This wasn't part of our plan.
What's that? Nothing.
I got that on camera.
Like, yeah, all these camera people are there, and all these press are there.
And
play it close to the vest, guys.
Bruce runs away and puts on the suit and like fucks him up.
Yeah, there's a good fight.
But it's also, I think we're basically told here that like Chase is falling for Bruce. So it's like, good for you, Bruce.
She's a little infatuated.
Yeah,
she's listening. Your mating dance isn't not working.
And so at the next scene is then basically at Wayne Manor on Halloween, and they're like, hey, let's live a life together. And Bruce is in his inner monologue is like, I'm not going to be Batman anymore.
Well, no, before this, there's a scene where he visits her at night.
Oh, that's right.
And he's like trying to kindle some sort of romance as Batman.
Why are you doing that?
Why would he do that? He can't do that. Is he going to have the mask on all the time?
Good for him.
Yeah, that's a lot of dedication. Like, there are some girls, they just, like, never take off their makeup. Like, they're always, like, make-upped up. Is he going to be like that? Like, is that his plan? Is he going to live as this person? Because he can't do that.
Yeah.
What's his plan here? But she turns him down. She's interested in someone else.
Yeah.
He smiles because he thinks it's still him.
Yeah.
I might get all up in this bedroom one way or another.
And so, yeah, they're like at the back end, like, oh, yay, we're gonna bone. But then Alfred, like a fucking retard, pardon my French.
Mayhew.
Like a dumb,
they waste a cool opportunity
like
with Halloween.
Yeah, why?
We talked about the Long Halloween earlier. That's the Two-Face origin. Waste opportunity in my. Yeah, Alfred's head. They bonk him on the head, very comic booky, and he falls down.
And they put him in a closet.
Yeah, yeah, just throw him in there. Zero security.
Also, Dick could run away at this point.
Dick could run away because Bruce still wouldn't let him be Robin, even though he like showed up and helped him out at the gala. He still wouldn't let him in.
Yeah.
There's zero security at Wayne Manor.
Yeah, even the gate's probably like super easy.
It's Halloween.
Yeah, sure.
Riddler at this point is completely given up on riddling.
He's also completely given up on Edward Nigma.
Yeah.
He's just full Riddler now. I don't think we've seen him again.
Is the brainwave thing done? Like, we don't see any more of that after they get the information from Bruce.
Yeah.
I guess it was just to get the information from Bruce, and then they were like, well, we don't really need it anymore.
Yeah.
We have what we need.
And so Bruce is bonked on the head. Or shot in the head.
No, he doesn't get bonked. He gets gun bonked.
Yeah. Gonked. And he's like, he gets woken up by Alfred, and they find out that Chase was taken.
Yeah, Chase Meridian was over at the house for a date. Nigma and Two-Face showed up. Riddler and Two-Face showed up. Shot him. Didn't kill him.
No, grazed him.
Grazed him. Took Chase. Made out like bandits.
Yeah, like they are.
Now they have to go get Chase Meridian back.
But it's at this point that Bruce is in the Batcave, and all of a sudden, Dick returns in like a brand new suit.
That Alfred made very fast.
Yeah, he made that very fast and very sexual, Alfred.
Yeah.
So
I made it myself. He's like touching the nipple. He's
I
like
it to chew. That's his character. If you get tired of chewing, Giuseppe will chew for you.
Big John Giuseppe.
I like to chew. Weird pull.
Very weird pull. Very inside.
Someone's laughing out there. And so they go to Two-Face's lair, which
exists.
It exists. And they see like
how did they build this?
A very cool moment is actually the bat symbol is in the air, and the Riddler like paints like a green thing, so it looks like a question mark.
Yeah, with the bat symbol being the dot and the question mark. That was actually really cool. That held up really well.
I liked that.
But how did they build this? They're in like a sea fortress with the Riddlers.
It's called Claw Island. It was not called that.
Apparently in the synopsis it's called Claw Island. What is any of this? Was this paid with the brain money?
With the money Two-Face made out with in the beginning?
I don't know where any of this is.
Yeah, this is very expensive.
But Robin is boating his way over in the bat pod.
Yeah.
Batman is flying over, and that's cool because those are the machines from the last 2 movies, and now that's coming back.
Yeah, and it's here where Two-Face and Robin meet face to face for the first time, and Robin like beats him and is like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you," but then Two-Face is like, "Oh, do it, pussy," and he's like, "Nah, I just rather see you in jail." And then he pulls a gun on him and is like, "Ah, you're stupid. You should kill me."
Dick saves Harvey Dent's life, and is then shot by Two-Face.
He's not shot, he's just taken.
See, it would have been so much better if he saved Harvey Dent,
and then
Two-Face, when he saves him, shoots him. That would have been so much better, but we get none of that.
We actually do see the brainwave device because Batman then destroys it because he meets up with the Riddler. But it's also here that Robin and Chase are hostages.
True.
So Batman kind of has to like figure this out. And the Riddler says you can save one of them. And he's like, well, I choose both.
He chooses neither. He thinks that it's just a pointless death trap and that choosing one is just going to doom both of them. So he Kobayashi Maru's the situation and just blows it up.
Yeah.
He blows up everything.
With a batarang.
With a batarang. He hits it right in the dead center of the thing. Before this, though, Riddler has a line that's so out of place to me. In the middle of this monologue he's giving, he says, "Can Batman and Bruce Wayne ever truly coexist?" Which is a fascinating story for any interpretation of Batman to answer. And I feel like that is a question that they were trying their best to ask, and maybe they just threw it in there because they fucking had to get it in. They really had to hit it over the head. Because the only time that comes up, that doesn't come up in any of the Riddler stuff.
Yeah.
There's no arc with the villains. The villains don't make Batman grow in any way.
It's true.
The only arc really comes with the Chase Meridian stuff and with the Dick Grayson stuff.
Yeah, because he's like letting people in.
Yeah.
So.
That was an issue.
And so when he destroys that...
By the way, no special skill needed, I guess, except for knowing that that's the right move.
Yeah.
To just, like, throw a batarang at the thing. As long as you have good arm strength, you can do what Batman did in that moment.
And also, like, a little shield came down over his eyes. So I guess
I thought that was to aim, yeah.
But that's dumb.
Yeah.
You didn't need to do that.
It was literally there for a quarter of a second.
That shot cost $25 million. And Bruce, he causes Riddler to suffer a mental breakdown during that scene.
Yes.
And he manages to save both Robin and Chase. He
They started to fall to their death. He swooped in, saved them. I thought that was a dope shot.
Yeah, that was cool.
But that's the shot I'm thinking of. It was really dope. Really cool.
Two-Face is there. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you," and he flips the coin.
Always good when you just say, and then another character happened to be there.
Yeah, it's true. And then Batman, for some reason, had a bunch of coins, and
Laundry day!
Yeah, he also throws a bunch of coins up.
Yeah, and it's a coin that Harvey has had throughout the movie. It's a
Harvey Dent coin.
The Harvey Dent coin. It's a two-faced coin. One side's all scarred up. He has scarred it up himself. He flips the coin to make decisions. If he doesn't have the coin, he can't make decisions.
Yeah.
Classic Harvey.
Although he just keeps flipping until he gets what he wants in this.
Yeah, which is bullshit. And because he would believe in just like the random acts of fate. Yes. Just like it was random chance that I got scarred. It's going to be random chance whatever your fate is. That kind of stuff. And so that gets thrown up. He can't live without this coin. He stumbles around, falls off the ledge.
Yep.
Took his eye off the ball, fell off the wall. And he died.
Yeah, Harvey Dent's dead.
Fucked up.
Which
is weird because later in the next movie, Batman and Robin, we're going to see his costume, I think? Did they fish him out?
I think it was Riddler's costume.
No, they also showed Two-Face.
Well, that's fucking dumb. I guess they had to. They got the body. But why would they send it to Arkham? Whatever. We'll talk about that when that happens. And so, he saved them both, and now they've been first shot of Arkham Asylum.
Yes, the Riddler was incapacitated during the explosion. He is taken to Arkham.
He's had a breakdown, and he's claiming to know who Batman is, so they call in Dr. Chase Meridian.
And he should know who Batman is.
Yeah, and Chase knows, by the way. She was told at the mansion.
Yes.
At Wayne Manor. And she's like, who is Batman, Enigma? And he's like...
She's like, I know, I heard you during the circus thing.
And she was just... that would have been great. I would have forgiven that scene. I was like, yeah, I was standing right next to you, dumbass.
You yelled out in the middle of a crowded thing, I am Batman.
I thought you were kidding, but then, like, I couldn't.
The lips, I mean, come on. Yeah. What are we doing?
And then the Riddler's like, it's me! I'm Batman! Ha ha ha!
Yeah, he's gone crazier.
Yeah, and she's like, alright, peace. And she leaves, and she, like, daps up Bruce as they're leaving.
Wink.
For some reason, there's the gate at Arkham Asylum, but there's also a door.
Door slightly to the left of the gate. It's like, I think you guys are missing the point of a gated community when it's just only the gate. Like, you should have brick walls around the gate that people can't get through. You all are on your best behavior.
And Bruce is like, I'm gonna be Batman, don't worry.
Yeah, and he thinks he can coexist as Bruce Wayne and Batman.
And then he and Robin
run off into
a tunnel with the bat symbol in the background.
They did not know how to end this movie. They had no clue, so they're just like...
This should have just been like a 4-person with Bruce, Alfred, Chase, and Rob and Dick, just like, high five!
These movies are so easy to end. Looks up, oh, bat signal, gotta go.
Yeah.
Next story is starting now.
Honestly.
That's all you need to do, really, if you have nothing else to get out of a Batman movie. So, that's the beat-by-beat breakdown on this movie. Let's talk about the characters real quick. Val Kilmer plays Batman in Batman Forever. Ironically, he is not Forever. This is his only appearance as Batman. What did you think of him as Bruce Wayne? What did you think of him as Batman?
Fantastic Bruce Wayne.
He's a great Bruce Wayne, right? He's pretty goddamn good. He's good at his business stuff. He's a little cold in some points, but I thought overall he's a really good Bruce Wayne.
I would argue this against anybody, second best Bruce Wayne.
Behind?
Ben.
Affleck.
I
want to see a little bit more Ben.
I would put him ahead of Christian Bale.
Christian Bale didn't do a lot of
I didn't like his Bruce Wayne. I don't like party boy Bruce Wayne. I like Gotham businessman. I'm the coolest fucker in Gotham. I'm a G.
Certainly in this quadrilogy, I think he does the best. Because
he was respected.
Clooney's is off the rails. And Keaton just didn't have anything to do.
No, he didn't have
so he's able to thread this needle somewhat. He's a really good Bruce Wayne, and he has decent chemistry with Chase Meridian. It gets better when she's more attracted to him, oddly.
Yeah.
I guess not oddly.
No,
the only times that this character arcs, like I mentioned, it's never with the villains. The villains have nothing to do with Batman's growth as a character.
Chase.
It's all Chase. And I guess him coming to accept Robin, as we talked about. So let's talk about Robin. In this movie, what's his arc? I guess it's growing to become Nightwing. But he kind of already is. Like, he doesn't learn or prove anything.
No, he doesn't prove that he deserves to put on that costume.
He only proves to people that he already is what he is.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no...
And he isn't... He's never proven to be that good of a fighter, is he? I guess during the gala.
Yeah, well, and before that, when he took the Batmobile out for a spin, he fought that gang.
Yeah, that's true. We didn't really touch on that too much.
And the laundry.
Shut the fuck up.
I was waiting for that to hit you.
I hate you so much.
I didn't like it.
Doc Chase Meridian.
No, I want to go back to Robin for a second.
Please.
Chris O'Donnell was not the first choice when Tim Burton...
Yeah, we were supposed to talk about this. Yes. He was not the first choice.
Marlon Wayans.
Marlon Wayans was supposed to be...
He got paid.
Yeah, no, they signed him to a contract and everything.
They had to buy him out, too. The only 2 black people attached to this movie got bought out.
Except for comedian George Wallace.
Yep.
And the prostitutes. Yeah. Those are the only other black people in this entire movie. Black Jim Gordon would be cool. Anyway.
Why not?
Chris O'Donnell does a decent job.
Tell me his ass.
He doesn't do a great job.
No.
He's never particularly good. I thought the scene of him looking down on his parents' death, he was not doing... It wasn't good acting. He was not doing good acting. He was very... I thought he came across as whiny.
Yeah.
I thought he came across
like, your parents are dead, your brother just died, but sorry, you're whiny.
You're being whiny. Well, he never deals with that, and he never comes across as sad. He's always just...
Yeah.
He's always just sort of annoyed.
What's behind that door? I smell food behind that door.
You're sticking with him as a dog, are you?
Yeah. Could he been replaced with Ace the Bat Hound?
Honestly, maybe with like a Scooby-Doo type Ace the Bat Hound.
Yeah, honestly.
Dr. Chase Meridian. Does she have an arc in this movie? Does she grow from one place to another?
She's thirsty as hell.
Not really.
No, she's the same person she was in the beginning of the movie.
Her thing at the beginning is she wants to
help.
She wants to bone up Bruce Wayne, or Batman. And by the end of the movie, it seems that if she hasn't done that, she's certainly well on her way.
They banged. They had to have. We don't know how much time had passed since the end to the Arkham Asylum scene.
Fair.
They boned like a bunch.
Jesus, Matthew.
There's no way they didn't. They're both good-looking people. Val Kilmer set up a kissing booth.
How dare you? You've been waiting to drop that for
I thought you were going to drop it.
I can never find a place. It's from this season's Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. Two-Face. Let's just do Two-Face. I wanted to include them both in this for a second.
Yeah.
We talked about it during the movie. He should have been a duality-based Two-Face. Yeah. Yin-Yang style Two-Face.
Instead of a Joker Two-Face?
He just laugh at all. When in doubt, laugh maniacally. It was Tommy Lee Jones's approach to this movie.
Sure.
And it's just not very good. I thought he was the weakest part.
Yeah, and he might be the best actor in this movie.
It's crazy. Makes no sense.
Yeah, I just didn't like it. It was just like...
It wasn't good. There was no arc.
There's another thing about this kind of Harvey Dent that pisses me off, is that like half of his face is scarred, and even like his hair is a different color. But his suits are different. Like, one side he's got like a regular suit.
He's taken the time to fuck up one half of his suit.
Did he like sew himself a new
suit? I assume he had Debbie Mays under. It's very stylized. It's not just like, I can understand if he like fucked it up himself and scarred it up. Maybe not shredded, but like scuffed the fuck out of it. Maybe it's a little like singed in parts. Yeah, like it looks like hell. Like how he feels.
Like how Aaron Eckhart looked.
Yeah.
He got exploded.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that makes sense.
But he just like it's bright purple and it's got like tiger fur and shit on it.
Yeah.
It's
60s Batman.
It's making a lot of choices.
Yeah.
It's making a lot of choices. It's very campy. The Riddler, played by Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey did a really good job.
Jim Carrey did a really good job. He did exactly this. If you didn't get Jim Carrey for this, people were like, well, Jim Carrey.
If anybody else had tried to do this, it would have been utter dog shit.
It's so true.
But Jim Carrey is quite good.
Yeah.
He's able to do everything he wants to do. He's able to play the serious well. He's able to play nutty. He runs a pretty good gamut here. I thought he did really good work. I came in expecting him to be hit or miss. I didn't find it too many scenes I didn't like him.
No, because his plan made sense. Like, his motivation made sense. He made sense. You could just like, oh, he was a little too zany for me. It's like, well, yeah, look at the fucking movie.
Yeah. Look at the world he's in.
Yeah.
This is who he is. I think that's it for character breakdown.
Yeah.
Let's talk about and those are usually pretty short because we also touch on a lot of that in the plot. Let's rate and rank this movie.
Ooh.
Out of 5.
Out of 5? I wish I remember what I rated the other ones.
I remember, sort of, but just take it by itself.
Yeah, it's true.
Because we can rank, I feel comfortable ranking, if I give a movie a 4 and another movie a 5, I can still rank them wherever I like. It's my own list. It's based off my appreciation of them as films and cinematic interpretation of the characters I love.
I guess I will give it a 2.
You're going to give it a 2? I'm going to go higher. I think this is a shade under a 3 for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll go
2.5. I'll give it 2.5.
I mean, there's still some shit. I didn't like Dick. I didn't like Two-Face.
This is 2.5 for me.
I don't give a shit about Chase Meridian, even though like she made sense for what they were going for. Batman was alright. I liked Bruce Wayne, but
this doesn't have the highs. There's
nothing where I can point to where it's like that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, maybe some of the. Honestly, my favorite part was the architecture and a lot of the looks on a lot of things. I thought this movie looked great.
I know that can't be your favorite part of the movie.
I know. Well, no, how look can be their favorite part of the movie. And you can't tell me what my favorite parts are. But I also don't think it necessarily reached the same bottoms. Like, there's nothing in this movie that made me want to turn it off the same way I did during Batman Returns.
Yeah, there's nothing egregious.
Yeah.
Like when he knocked over the tombstone.
Although, no, I would put that up there with Tommy Lee Jones fucking up the courtroom thing.
Oh, that's fair.
Well, you got water thrown onto me, like, couldn't do it, right? Okay. Now we have to rank this. And this, to me, is really hard. I still am not sure where I'm going to put this movie.
I'm very clear on where I'm putting this movie. So, top down, bottom up.
Bottom up.
Bottom up, Batman Returns.
Batman Returns is clearly at the bottom of this list.
Number 2.
Yeah, right?
I mean, because what you said is true. There was an egregious moment in Batman '89. At least one that I'm remembering, and it's the Joker killing the Waynes.
Yes.
That's egregious. This did not have that, but this also wasn't as enjoyable of a film, I think. So I'm going to go with Batman Forever at 2. And Batman '89 at 1.
I'm going to agree. So, that's the ranking. Batman '89, Batman Forever, Batman Returns, in that order. And I feel very comfortable saying that will be your gold and silver after the end of this quadrilogy.
Yeah.
Batman number 1.
Congratulations, Batman Forever, you got silver. That ain't bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, out of 4. And then next week, I'm going to say it. I expect when we review on Friday Batman and Robin, I think it's going to contend for bronze with Batman Returns. I fucking hate Batman Returns. I really don't like it. I understand a lot of people like it. I think if they went back and watched this movie with that movie with a critical eye, and then had to appreciate its faults,
yeah,
I think they might have a
listen
different...
to us and then go watch it.
Yeah, maybe. Whatever, just listen to us.
Or watch it and then listen to us.
Sure.
Watch it do what we do, like take notes and shit, and then see what you come up with.
Yeah. If we brought up something in the podcast and we were wrong, feel free to reach out to us.
Yeah.
And the way that you can reach out to us is a lot of different ways. Facebook.com/UpAndAwayShow, Twitter, UpAndAwayShow, Instagram, UpAndAway Podcast. Please remember to rate, subscribe to the podcast. Email us, upandawaypodcast@gmail.com. We always answer everybody anytime you guys reach out to us. We always make sure to send you guys something back.
Yeah.
We have some really fun conversations going on with a lot of you guys. That's a ton of fun. Yeah. We're going to keep that going. Matt, do you have anything else for this week?
No, the Olympics are starting, so
yeah,
Team USA.
Go team everybody.
Yeah, go team having fun.
Yeah, let's see some dope-ass shit.
I want to see who gets that reference. Team having fun.
So for all of us here at Up, Up, and Away, we will see you guys soon. Up, Up, and Away.